This is a follow up video to one that I published 2 days ago, and it was titled How My Beliefs Have Changed. So I wanted to delve more into one of the topics that was God, creation or creator, and nature. All three being separate, but all being synonymous, and that they are all creative forces, right? So I'll begin with nature. So nature can be one of two things. It occurred at the Big Bang, and it had instructions already within the code to build life on Earth. And not only build life on Earth, but it had figured out how life could replicate itself through mutations and adaptations for billions of years. And to me, that's a big leap. That's a bridge I cannot cross because I believe that it would require intelligent design for that to occur. So that intelligent design would have to go to a God, or it would have to go to a creative force, a creator creation in those two areas. So I'll quickly mention that there are those that, on the God side will say, well, God created, was the creator. Okay, so you can bypass that step and he created nature. But I say not so fast. Without a God, you can still have that creative force if it is energy. And let me explain that. So let's go pre-Big Bang. And under this idea where a creator is energy, that energy has always existed. And it exists in consciousness. So it is aware and it is all knowing. So, I'm not saying this how it happened, but one day it said, oh, we want to experience what life is. We want to create a universe. We want to have a planet where our energy, our collective energy, can occupy life. And why do we want to do that? Well, energy in an energy state cannot do anything sensory within a physical world. It cannot touch, it cannot see, it cannot hear, it cannot smell, it cannot taste, but it would want to do those things. So, because it is all knowing, the Big Bang occurs, we have galaxies upon galaxies, and we have Earth in our Milky Way galaxy, and there are potentially other Earth-like planets elsewhere scattered throughout the galaxy. That is indeed theoretically possible, that we are not the only one. And now you have energy that comes across in its infinite wisdom, right? And that infinite wisdom being the energy, our collective energy, that is all knowing. It says, okay, we're going to create life to be self-replicating. There are going to be mutations and adaptations, and we're going to have a planet that they're going to evolve to exist in, and that planet is going to have all of the necessary elements and the right processes in order to favor life. And now we have planet Earth. And that was all done intelligently, intelligent design. So now we have 4 billion, 5 billion years of our planet that we are aware of or that we know of. And you have this evolution of flora and fauna, ocean life, microbes, single-cell organisms to multi-cell complex organisms. And all of this has been occurring all the way up to today. And you have man, or humans, as the latecomer to the game of life. And one of the reasons why the God model does not sit well with me is you have to explain the billions of years that occurred with life on planet Earth without man. Okay, we did not show up as one, and the animals showed up later. We came late into the game. And if we did come late into the game, and again, this is just by what we know, Now, we have no evidence that humans were around during the Jurassic and Triassic, especially with our knowledge and our function. Had we been around then, we would have left a big mark because that's who we are by nature. You know, we are thinkers, we are doers, we are problem solvers. So, although we have reached a point where we have done that and our influence globally is a huge footprint, that would not have been suppressed for 65 million years. So, which is why I lean toward the creative energy side of how we got to be. So, running down that road a little bit, so you have the pre-Big Bang. You have, okay, let's make a world. All right, we're in the world. Let's make a life that is not only does it feed on life, right, but it also replicates through mutations, adaptations, in a changing, adapting planet that is not static. And that's the whole point of being created. Now, the option would be, well, let's make everything silicone and let's make robots and let's have no change and no variation. Well, that would not be a very good objective because it's pretty much, because you lack everything human. You lack everything that animals go through, right? So, under this concept, energy is who we are. The energy that occupies me is going through my experience. And what happens to the energy when I die, it joins the energy from whence we came. And as does a blade of grass. So when it dies, that energy rejoins where it came. All life, all flora, all fauna, we all make up the same energy, but we are undergoing different experiences. And that's for a purpose. I could go so far as to say maybe that is the amusement park of this energy force, that it needs to feel the sensations of a physical world. And we are Disneyland. I believe that is, Disneyland, that's probably not the right word. Definitely not the right word, okay? But it's more closer to what I believe the alternative would be under what we know about God. So when we die, our energy is not extinguished. Now that brings up a question of morality, right, wrong, good, evil, sin. The only choice that we have is between right and wrong. And when you look at how brutal life is in reality, when you step outside of any comfort zone that you might be in, life is very vicious on life. A lion hunting a gazelle tears it apart, and the gazelle dies in agony, as one example, okay? And we're not apart from that. I mean, we eat everything, and if we believe that, flora is not feeling pain, well, it's only because we can't see it. But that flora is dying when we consume it. So, there's a lot to the energy concept that we are all one and the same. So I believe that fits, and it certainly is something that not only makes sense, but kind of gets into an area of understanding the fourth dimension and how we were created by that dimension. And that's where we go back to after we're done here. So I hope that kind of clarifies what I left out of my earlier video. This is the Cold War Sailor. Thank you for watching. Bye.